Guys, we need to talk about this. But before we start, let me welcome you to our YouTube channel. How are you guys doing today? I hope we all are doing good. God bless you wherever you are. I humbly greet. May God keep you. Guys, I have a complaint, and my complaint is about what's going on, the furore, the criticism of Victor Gyokeres' first Premier League game for Arsenal Football Club. You know, the knives are out, the jurists are out. You know, the so-called pundits, immature, amateur, fake pundits have already started. How he's a big mistake, how Arsenal signing him is a huge mistake, how he's gonna fail, how he's not gonna live up to whatever ratings or the money spent on getting him to Arsenal Football Club. Guys, after just one match, the first game of the season, his first official league match of the season, away at Old Trafford. I repeat again, away at Old Trafford. First, there was a huge boo. The United fans started booing him for doing nothing except signing for Arsenal Football Club. Yes, Amorim was his former coach. They wanted him at United, but he chose Arsenal Football Club. Therefore, it became a crime. Then following his substitution, the pundits went to work. British press went to work. How Arsenal may have made a huge mistake signing Victor Gyokeres, how he's not this, how he's not that, after just one game. What are we doing? It is even more annoying when some Arsenal fans joined in the criticism. Yes, I said he didn't have a particularly good game, but then the whole team didn't. And some of the players themselves confirmed that, yes, we didn't have our best game, but we still went away with the 3 points. You know, the same thing surrounding Noni Madueke. Why is Arsenal Football Club always in the eye of these people? You know, the likes of Rio Ferdinand and Neville and all sorts of... We can understand these are Manchester United ex-footballers that couldn't wear off the gab, that couldn't get away from the fact that they are no longer Manchester United players. They may be fans, yes, like many of us are. They're trying to run this guy down after 1 hour of a football game is unfortunate, really. It's very, very unfortunate and completely unprofessional of these people. Anyway, having said that, guys, let's get down to today's business, which concerns Andre Bada and the battle to lay off some of our players, you know, sell those that are supposed to leave in order to balance our books and possibly get us one more left winged player that will come in to help resolve those, because that's the only weak point Arsenal Football Club seem to have now. And guys, according to what's going on now, let me start with this guy. He's supposed to be an incoming. He's a Brazilian from Palmeiras Football Club. His name is Luis Benedetti. He's a tall, lanky, 6'6" tall center back. You know, and we keep asking ourselves, why do we like center backs that much? But then they said Arteta gave his go ahead to the signing, and let's see if that's gonna work. Now Semenyo still lingers. You know, the problem now is that Bournemouth themselves are like scratching their heads as at why Arsenal left it this late, you know, to indicate their interest in the player. Where do they get a replacement within the next 1 week, 2 weeks that is left of a window? So this may be a big issue, apart from the high 70 million they are looking for. for the player. So that's how, as far as the Semenyo situation is at this point in time. I was listening to Fabrizio Romano, and he only mentioned Kivio. I mean, when about Arsenal, Kivio attracting interest from a lot of clubs. Arsenal is willing to let Kivio go, but that will be on an exception, if an exceptional offer comes in. Because Arteta still want him. Arteta still, the club still value his services. So that's how Kivio's situation is at this point in time. Of the many clubs that are looking for Kivio and wants Kivio, Crystal Palace have also now indicated a kind of interest in case they sell McGahey. They may come for Kivio. But Gahey and Liverpool's situation is still there. Crystal Palace is digging in. Liverpool must pay what Crystal Palace feels is the correct value of a player. If not, he stays. And Gahey himself, from what he heard, is ready to stay the last season of his contract and run it down. Then leave next year as a free agent. So we'll see how that happens, and we'll see how that will, get to pass. But Crystal Palace will be better advised to sell now, and Liverpool, according to us, is poised to snap him up, Then Fabio Vieira, we're hearing that Stuttgart made that 17 million euro offer as their last, that's their last point. They can't go beyond that. If not, they'll be willing to look elsewhere. So the pressure is now on Arsenal Football Club to decide either way. Arsenal wants between 20 to 25 million for Vieira. But would they be able to get that? That's another issue. And, many clubs are watching what's going on. They could see Arsenal have brought in a lot of players and need to sell in order to balance the books. So many of them are waiting, cashing in on for time to put extra pressure on Arsenal Football Club to come calling. Then they may get cheaper bargains for our players, which is a shame, Then, guys, where we're having our biggest challenge is on our left wing position, where we have Martinelli and Trossard. We don't know what's going on with Trossard. We are now also hear that Brentford also now wants Trossard. They want Trossard to come in because one of their players, what's his name, that is clamoring to go to Newcastle, may leave, and they want Trossard to replace him. So Trossard is the darling of many clubs, but they want him for cheap. Arsenal Football Club is looking at between 15 to 20 million. And we see how that one is going to unfold. And who again? But looking at the many alternatives Arsenal have at this point in time that can come in to help resolve our left-wing situation. Guys, remember Ademola Lookman, Inter Milan, obviously, they said Inter have moved on from him because Atalanta doesn't want to budge on their valuation of a player, which is between 45 to 50 million. So seemingly he looks like a cheaper alternative to many of these other players Arsenal is targeting. Rodrigo obviously doesn't want to leave Real Madrid under any condition. Even after it seems like Man City is no longer going to be pursuing him because they've decided not to sell Silvinho to Tottenham. So the issue of Rodrigo may not work this time around. And so that is the way it is, guys. That is the way it is. So where we are standing now is that none of our outgoing players, have left. Andrea Beta is under pressure to sell. clubs are trying to take advantage of that pressure to get most of these players for cheap. What do you think we should do? Do you think we should just close our eyes and get whatever we can get from them? You know, for example, Zinchenko, we had 3 million or 3 or 4 million from Fenerbahce. Then after the season, they will pay more, 8 million or 9 million or thereabout. Is it a good deal? Reiss Nelson, we don't know. Fulham wants almost the same scenario as last season, including Reiss Nelson himself. He said to be wanting a loan move, you know, to get back to Arsenal next season. But Arsenal want an outright sale. And Fulham is not ready to cough up the amount Arsenal is looking for. So exactly what do you guys think we should do, you know, bearing in mind that we have less than 2 weeks to go to the end of the transfer season? Let me hear from you guys. Let me hear from you. Let's communicate. Tell us what you think, guys. Send us your comments, and we pledge rather that we'll get back to you on it. But guys, I'm very, very, very serious. I am very serious about how the press is really attacking Arsenal and Arsenal players. I don't know what their intentions are, whether they are trying to demoralize Gyokeres or get him to, I don't understand. He's not the only striker that is there. Benjamin Sesko is in. He was there. Nobody saw him. Nobody. I didn't even know whether he touched the ball once or twice. There are many other strikers all over the Premiership. Why this particular attention on Victor Gyokeres and Arsenal Football Club? But then, that's the way the cookie crumbles. Guys, let's talk again tomorrow. If you are new here, please subscribe. Like we keep insisting, you guys helping us doesn't mean anything except keeping us. We'll be always be grateful for what you guys are doing. And please like and share so that others will also join you in watching what we're doing. We pledge that we get better as time goes on, you know. But guys, remember, whatever happens, we are still the Gooners. We always stand head and shoulders above others because that is who we are. And we always walk through the stone for our football club. Until we meet again, may the God of goodness be with you. Sharp, sharp.